Okay, there it is. The XXX frame, designed by Cool Hobby Zone and locally manufactured in South Africa. This is the first look and first review. I've already assembled the frame and it goes together very nicely. I have fitted the 2204 motor and the 1804 motor to show that whichever one of the two motors you choose to fit, it will fit simply without having to change the holes or add additional bushes or anything. This is the place where the 2204 motor is fitted, and this is the 1804 motor. Note that the slots are just big enough not for the screws to pull straight through. In the case of you using cap screws like these ones, they will have a larger base area to hold down and you will not need washers, but small washers is advisable in this frame. We will be testing the frame with 2480 kV motors from Emax, and the next frame we will put on the 2300 kV motors, the 2204s, also from Emax. Not exceptionally power motors, but really good quality. Right, let's do the assembly. Here it is. The assembly video of the X180 frame, designed and built by Cool Hobby Zone. Thickness of the material, looking at 3mm. Camera plates, 3mm. Holding bracket to hold the camera plates into place, 3mm. Battery plate, 3mm. Top plate, 3mm. So, every little part of this 180 frame is 3mm. Let's continue with the assembly. The battery plate is an optional extra. For those of you who would like to add your battery plate or add your battery with some protection, it will come with 35mm standoffs with your battery plate that you will be able to fit your battery inside of the battery plate, and basically almost like a cage to protect your battery. For those of you who are afraid of those less than perfect landings, this battery plate will help a lot in protection of your batteries, as I have lost several batteries due to high impacts or very hard landings. But I'm not going to use it. Right, let's start by assembling the camera mount. The camera mount comes with 30mm aluminium standoffs. The size of the camera mount brackets are 40mm by 40mm. It hooks in with this little hook here into the top of this plate. I found that it's very simpler to add the aluminium standoffs first. So let's assemble this quickly. All the screws used in this is 10mm. Make sure that you do assemble it correctly, like in this position, because if you do assemble it like this, you will have to reassemble it again later. So make sure that both these tips point in the same direction, like this. Let's carry on. Now we can insert the final mount. Sometimes you will notice that it goes through very, very tight. Small little tap persuades it to go into position. it slots in easily into the slots provided and comes together as a total unit. It comes with 12mm screws that is inserted, not by hand, if you have hands like mine, to your top plate with a nylock nut at the other side. And that's very, very strong and very sturdy. This will not bend or go anywhere easily. Now, let's put this aside and add the standoffs that are 20mm long, and there are 8 of them. It goes into the bottom plate. And there you are. What I have done is I have only hand tightened these into place. Now to tighten them properly. Once you have tightened them properly, you can go and collect your standoffs that you will be using. For your controller board. To install those now. Now I'm just going to assemble the top plate to show you how the rest of the frame will look like once it's fully assembled. You have an option putting the top plate like this or this way around. Whichever way, it doesn't matter. It all depends on the direction that you put your flight controller in for the direction you want your camera in. I normally use X marks the spot for the front section of my camera mount. Let's install the screws. There. Well designed little frame and well thought out. What I have noticed some people actually doing is utilizing this little plate in that position at that specific height to put the strap through so that the battery does not come in contact with these little screws. Which just gives you a smoother surface to mount your battery on. And here is a complete weight measurement of what the frame weighs. Switch on the scale. There's the weight of the frame with all the standoffs, coming in at 92 grams. Adding the battery plate, it's 106 grams. For a little frame, that is heavy, but the chances of you breaking this little frame is very slim due to the rugged construction of the frame and the assembly. This is a very strong little frame. Once this plate is added into place, it will become almost indestructible. And there you have it. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our channel.